Hey guys, what's up? Today I have a What's in My Dock video, and this is going to be of this computer behind me, as I have two computers, a desktop and a laptop, but I kind of consider this to be my main computer, so we're going to have a look at this one. Let's get started. So, as you can see, I do have quite a lot of programs in my dock, and I have quite a big range too, but I tend to use them all, so I guess that's just how it is. Well, first I have Parallels, obviously, to run Windows. I don't really use Windows that much, but there is the occasional thing I have to use it for, so Parallels is just there. Mail, that's kind of another basic. I do use the Mac Mail client, it kind of does what I want it to, so that's fine. Safari is my browser of choice. I'm not really sure why. I just quite like it. I quite like the look and stuff. And also just the fact that it kind of integrates well with everything else. iTunes, of course. No good Mac is considered good without iTunes. It works well syncing with my phone and stuff, and it kind of does everything I need it to. I do have Spotify. I have a Spotify premium account because I like to listen to music on my phone. I don't really use Spotify that much for listening just to like a whole album, but I often like to listen to just one song from a particular album and stuff like that, so I find Spotify is quite good for that, particularly where I like such a wide variety of music. Autograph, well, that's not really very interesting, just kind of makes graphs, but I've been using it quite a lot at the moment because I have quite a lot of maths coursework to do. So, and you need to produce pictures of graphs for your maths coursework. But as you can see, it just kind of does what it says. It produces graphs. This is the same for Word. I don't really use it that much, but I do have to use it for my college work, so I kind of have to have it. I do have these three Adobe programs. I have their new, I don't know, their paid subscription one, which they just released with CS6, which allows me to download any of their software. I have quite a good student discount, so it makes it quite affordable. I mainly use Fireworks for doing little graphics for videos and web pages and stuff. Just kind of really basic stuff. Photoshop, I am a keen photographer. I like taking photos. I don't really use it for editing graphics as much. Mainly, literally just for photo editing. Like, yeah. InDesign, I use InDesign quite a lot instead of Word, especially for doing coursework. For example, if I have to use lots of pictures or something in my maths in coursework, like for example my maths, I have to have the pictures of graphs and stuff, and if you try and do this in Word, it's just really frustrating. Final Cut Pro, this is my video editor of choice. I don't know, I quite like the layout, and it does everything I need it to. Like for example, here's my Blade case review. I like it because it works well with AVC HD, which my Sony camera records in, and lots of programs just don't support it. The only other one I found that supports it well is Sony Vegas, but that's a Windows only program, so not really any choice there. I have Logic Pro installed. This is because I do a lot of audio editing. I do music tech at college, and I just use this program all the time. Like, for example, here I have a song that me and a couple of friends recorded for a band called Trauma. I'll put their link in the description, which is quite cool. So yeah, um, I don't know. I like the way this program works though. I suppose it's a bit like a professional version of GarageBand if you've used that. It works kind of similar, but it's an awful lot more powerful. I prefer it 100% over stuff like Cubase that you might get on Windows. It just works really well for me. Wave Burner is part of the kind of burning CDs and stuff. It's quite customizable. You can set the time you want between tracks and things like that, and have crossfades. And it also shows you this little monitor just so you can check that nothing's peaking. Massive, massive as a and so I took the opportunity to download it. So it usually costs about £200. But yeah, like Massive, it works quite well. Live, this is another audio program. I suspect quite a lot of you like people like deadmau5 and Skrillex. This is the software that both of them use. I suppose because you can also, not only can you record music in there, but you can also use it for live performances and stuff. Personally, I don't really like it that much, but I'm more into more analog recordings and like of acoustic instruments and things, so it doesn't really suit me that well, but I do use it sometimes. I have MSN, yeah, I know, kind of not really used that much anymore, but some of my friends still use it, so. And also, you can play games, but only on the Windows version, which is kind of why I have Parallels installed. System preferences, well, that's just kind of that. And Sapphire Mix Control, this is a program which I can use to run my audio interface. So for example, I can connect up to 8 microphones at the moment and record them simultaneously. As you can see, this is my microphone that I'm using at the moment to record this video going in here, and you can just mix them and balance them and stuff. It's not really that interesting, but it's a useful utility to have. And then QuickTime is just what I'm using to record this. So yeah, that is my dock. I hope you found it interesting seeing the kind of things that I have. To be honest, it changes quite regularly as to what I have in there, so I'm sure I'll have another video soon. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to rate and subscribe.